You know about those game threes, and that's exactly what we're getting into. It's been 2 weeks of competition, and this time around we actually get to see the best of the best at the situation where everything is on the line. 1 game to go, and it's really up to Astro and Clown Fiesta to figure out who's going to go on to face the challengers.
Man, we're behind the scenes people. We're in there with a lot of conversations.
Sure.
Right? You don't want to lose this game. Right? Like,
I mean,
you don't want to lose this game.
Even if I'm not behind, I first of all, I don't know where you're going, and second of all, even if I'm not behind the scenes, I don't want to lose this game.
You don't want to lose this game.
Who will challenge the challengers? I mean, that's really what I'm thinking about. Is there something else beyond that?
Actually, I don't know if both challengers are available. I think that Darzer's team disbanded.
Ooh. Well, Torpedo certainly didn't. Torpedo
That's
is
true.
one of the fierce teams to really come out of the Challenger Cup. They feature big names like Moex. That's where Kanye Life, now known as Murder, landed.
I'm sorry, is Game Hunter on that team too?
Yes.
So it's Game Hunter, Moex, and Murder. Like, I'm already in there.
So
My fantasy points are already bet.
well, it's up to these two right now to see who will face off against those players and more. So, you know what? No further ado, take us right into the picks and bans. Astro, one more time. For the 3rd time this afternoon, will find themselves on the left, banning Hell.
Hell, getting taken away again.
Really? So, I mean, we've asked this question before. Is Sozage's Hell good enough that it warrants a ban in a meta where it's not strong?
It might be.
And we've seen the answer before. It's yes. So
The Aphrodite, however, wasn't good enough to force the ban.
I'm with you on that. As much as I agree with the Hell, I almost as much disagree with the Aphrodite. But Team Astro won with the Aphrodite ban last round.
Janus.
So can't say nothing about that one. Janus, that's something that we all agree with.
I mean, you got to pick him. So far, he's won every game this series. Like, you have to keep that rolling.
If you go to somebody on the street and say,
Neith.
hey, I'm going to offer you either a god that could walk through walls or a god that can't, which one are you going to pick?
The can't one because it's Robin.
That's fair, but Robin's banned out by Clown Fiesta as they know that they have the 2nd pick, and they're going to go with Neith and Athena. So pretty standard all around so far. Nothing too crazy.
So Team Astro, what did they pick here last time? Wlfy, I think, was their 3rd pick.
Wlfy was their 3rd pick, and we saw the Geb as well. So.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Neith was a pick for Astro last time.
Yep.
So
we saw the Geb Neith.
So Geb Neith, run it back. Actually, with Alquan, where's the Khepri? Why is there no Khepri? It's like last week with Vamana.
Well, there's the Chiron.
Okay.
I like the Chiron choice.
Khepri?
If you pick Khepri, I pick Thanatos.
You please pick Thanatos.
With
Against
the Janus?
Chiron?
Against the Janus?
Yeah, what are you doing with that?
Yes, you can chase Janus through the portals. You can cut Chiron's dash short, and it doesn't matter because Batz is going to be picked here for Team Astro. So
okay.
that's Batz is one of those picks that's never bad, but
Fenrir, great pick against
Love
Janus
it.
as well.
Love
This
it.
should be a ban of Geb, ban of Khepri for Clown Fiesta.
without a doubt. I mean, you definitely want to take the Geb off the table specifically. There it is, to avoid the CC immunity out of Athena.
How many times did Geb save Rapio last set 3?
I mean, one of the best highlight plays of that last game, I think, was Sanjo escaping certain death thanks to the Geb shield and the Geb ultimate and the Geb knockup.
Yeah.
Geb definitely somebody you want to take out.
Final ban likely to be Kronos. We saw this from Team Astro. Looks like so far they're repeating most of their picks. I would assume.
Yep, there it is. Kronos is a powerful god in the right hands, and Clown Fiesta have proven that they are mechanically gifted enough that you need to take Kronos off of the table.
This, in my eyes, has to be Vamana.
Has to be?
They can't give it away again.
Okay.
I mean, it should have been banned, honestly. I probably would have let Khepri through, like you said. Like, there are options. Vamana, I feel, does a little bit more against Chiron.
Just because you can chase him down?
There's nothing you can do about it.
Poseidon going to be the option for Clown Fiesta. So Astro will get the shot at taking the Vamana. We'll see if that's where they do go, because there is going to be the support and the solo left. Khumbakarna going to reprise his role on Team Astro. And the last choice for the blue team will be Bellona.
Okay, Vamana available and against Poseidon, of all people. I mean, that was a pretty easy pick for me. Going Bellona means they're going very, very aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Bellona, I mean, Vamana's a character that's like, okay, I'm being aggressive. Bellona's a character that says, we're all going in right now. So he's looking to set pace here. This is not the same strategy we have seen from Astro throughout any of their games so far. As the final pick is Ra.
That's going to be Ra for Sozage. Sozage will be playing that Ra.
Maybe he really just does like healers.
One, he does, and two, Ra is a character that I've seen Sozage play well.
First Blood should be Ra. First Blood should be Bellona killing Ra, leave the base with weakening curse, and as soon as he clears the wave, you go and kill him.
Sure.
I mean, force the jungler over early. They have Janus as well. He went teleport again. It really feels to me like Ducky doesn't have anything outside the meta.
Sure.
I mean, to me, when we look at pro solo laners, I look at a lot towards people like Dimmy, people like Divios, people who are constantly innovating and changing the meta to shape their playstyles and win tournaments for them. So far, Ducky has built teleport every game and hasn't really tried to counter Sozage in any way, shape, or form.
And I actually think that solo lane is the lane that not only is it beneficial to be innovative, but that's the lane that is the you get the most out of trying something new in the solo lane, because it's really about your individual matchup.
Right.
And if you can put the opponent on, exactly, even if you can put the opponent on your toes, even if it's quote unquote bad, if the opponent is not ready for it, it can be a boon. So here,
that's why pre-buff Robin, before we reworked Robin, he killed Guan Yu at level 2 every single game, because every Guan's like, I'm going to walk up and tell assault the wave because Robin sucks. And he just walked up and was like, okay, I'm going to root you in place and kill you for free.
You watch Divios a lot, don't you?
No, that was, come on, man, give me something. No, but Divios for me right now, if I never have to fight his Ratatosker again, it'll be too soon.
Well, now.
Oh, my God.
We'll see if Ratatosker, who has primarily been a European god, makes it into these picks at all. But this is going to be our last game of the weekend.
Oh, because he's from Norway. I get it.
So we won't be able to see much of anything after this one. All of the chips are on the line here. As I said before, who will challenge the challengers? Well, it's going to be Astro or Fiesta.
Can we check out Ra, please? I want to see if he started heal or beam. That's very important.
Beam.
And it's going to be beam. Okay,
Smart.
so this is the better way to go. Heal has a much longer cooldown, a much longer clear time. That's why he's getting to lane. But you'll notice that still, Bellona was able to get to lane on time. Decent damage. I thought he was going to send that damage at Ra.
So did I. But that's one of the benefits of playing the Ra, is that he can safely clear the lane with that beam. Which is why I liked that choice as well, by going Celestial Beam.
I think that went to Cloud and Fiesta. It looked like the Tidal Surge was the kill there. And it is a small spike for blue, so it's possible that it went to the blue team. Now, let's talk a little bit about the comp.
Sure. We've got Ra on the side playing in that short lane, and he's going to be able to really sustain. And as I said, when we saw the Aphrodite in game number 1, was it? In game number 1, he was really just playing Ra by sustaining his team up after the engagement. So with that said, with Doom Orb now in the mix, I think Ra will be able to be a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
So that should help coming out of the solo lane. And combined with the Poseidon, I think we're just going to see the old Mage Rage made famous by Titan. If Clown Fiesta can really control these two, I'm looking directly at Fenrir and Athena. If they can control the damage that Sozage and AngryDay are going to be able to deal, it's going to be untouchable for Team Astro. But on the other side, they've got some plans of their own.
I really want to see Fenrir rotate over to the solo lane and kill Bellona. She's obviously going to move up, keep the pressure on Ra. She didn't get Weakening Curse. She got Teleport. This is a perfect level 5 advantage for FlyToSafety. Jump in, get the stun, put her under the tower, and take 3-4 tower shots, force her ult, and let Sozage hit the ult easily. I mean, this should be a pretty free kill, and it should be the first blood of this game.
Well, instead, Astro gonna, or rather Clown Fiesta gonna play it safe and just clear out those back pigs. Without Sozage, worth noting, Sozage's pigs were taken by his jungler and his mid laner. He did not get to share any of that experience. So just taking a look at gold real quick. Bellona, 100 gold ahead and a little bit of experience as well, as she'll hit level 5 before the chicken.
That's true. Actually, she's going to be like 3 creeps in, which is pretty good. Zigox forced to walk away once again. So far, every time a first blood has happened, it has been in this dual lane in this set. And it's been as a result of Wlfy overcommitting to fights or Zigox overcommitting to fights. For that to change, I mean, they have to play their game much differently in the early. And I would like to see them not try to get aggressive here. Just let Wlfy get that Chiron online and just focus his farm and not so much on getting those kills. No tunnel vision this time. When it comes
to hunters, all of them are late game characters, but they all have sort of designations beyond that, right? Neith is an early game character. On her is mid game, and then late game you look at a Shibalanke. Where do you put the Chiron? Mid game?
Yeah, I think mostly mid. A lot of his damage comes like from his ult and getting his abilities off. Once Masterful Shot is maxed, it's very hard to deal with him. His endgame potential is very hard to deal with too because he can just force one hit at a time.
Right.
When you think about late game, it's like if two characters box, one wins, right? Xbalanque would beat Chiron in the endgame, but what happens when Chiron and you both take one hit and then he backs off and hits you with Masterful Shot, which you can't dodge? Right? It makes it very hard to deal with that level of damage. Right
now, Clown Fiesta grouping up as 4, honestly, to clear their jungle.
Was that a
Yeah, I saw that as well. It was just it was an ultimate. And now more damage on a FlyToSafety. He'll be able to jump away, but Zigox still giving chase. The Athena ult's going to be channeled onto AngryDay, which will stop Astro in their tracks. And what looked like a very dangerous situation will wind up being nothing.
5 ultimates used, no casualties. First blood bounty remains open as neither team able to close it out. FlyToSafety and Janus, it was pretty close. He forced out Beads. I'm sorry, onto the Hun bots. Beads reacts appropriately. Zigox in some trouble here. He still has Sleepy available to him. Sozage realizes this and doesn't want to get baited into a fight he doesn't belong in. Ducky rotates over as the beam misses. Sanjo and Rapio are out, and it looks like Ducky will be able to again push it away. Another ultimate wasted.
Sozage will go ahead and back, and we'll see him add to his breastplate, finishing it up, which will give him all of that CDR.
I love this. This is my favorite play in the game. Just
waiting.
Sit there and watch him do it. I mean, look at it. Look at his
rally
health,
here.
He shouldn't have bludgeoned though. He should have went for the dash. One hit into the bludgeon start, and then could have finished him with the chain on the follow-up. He didn't consider his options, didn't really have a way to control it. Does she steal it? Yes, she does. Ducky gets nothing for the rotation. FlyToSafety gets a free back.
Ducky feeling a little cheeky after that one. I like the play, but unfortunately for him, does not execute correctly.
The issue is, not only did he use his ultimate there, but he's used so much of his mana that his actual lane sustain is not going to be worth it. He maybe has a wave or 2 left in him. He doesn't have teleport available to him, so at this point, his rotation prowess is dead.
And he's going to be able to stay in lane, but for me, it's a matter of how long is he going to be able to stay in this lane. He's level 8 above the level 7 of the Ra. We mentioned that was a little bit to do with the first rotation of pigs. And Ducky, understanding his mana situation, will go ahead and back. So all should be about even.
Wave to wave, though, it looks like Sozage does get the boars, and as a result, hits level 8. He's still about 3 creeps behind, but it's not as bad as it could or really should be. Again, I look at this teleport. He's used it twice, and he hasn't really got much out of it.
I mean, a lot of times that's just sort of what you buy as a solo laner, quote unquote, right? Like that is the meta choice, you know. And so sometimes players can get so locked in to this idea of what meta is and what good is that, as we said, especially in the solo lane, sometimes it's worth it, if not always, to really play with that idea.
Blinking in, Zigox trying for it. Some damage, but it looks like Tikkyy will backflip. She'll beads out as well after taking the throwback, but she throws an unravel and heals up most of the damage. Blink and ultimate wasted.
The beads as well. Beads used on the Neith. I'm not even sure if, because she was going to be rooted a little bit there. I'm not sure of how necessary that was, but as you said, the trade for the ultimate and a Khumbakarna, probably worth it in that regard. Sozage now is the one dealing damage to the Bellona, despite Bellona getting aggressive. And in the mid lane, the trio of Clown Fiesta, the core of this team, mid, jungle, and support, will meet up into the very familiar 3v3 that we're used to seeing here in the mid.
Right side camps have spawned. It looks like there will be a contest here as Hunbots begins to make his presence known. Ultimates available for everyone except for Khumbakarna as we get a groggy strike going off. Not a lot of damage. And it looks like all of them will have gone to the title search.
But Rally here says Ducky, he's going to jump over the wall and get stunned. Zigox intercepts the Neith ultimate. There's Fear No Evil. And StacktimusPrime falls.
In the most predictable Kraken of all time,
oh yeah,
AngryDayQQ finds himself a bit worried, backs off, and doesn't take the guaranteed 4-man ultimate.
Very strange, which is interesting because we've seen so many opportunities seized by AngryDay that I am very curious to know what was going on in communications there. Don't forget, AngryDayQQ is the one that got a kill at level 4 and then leveled up and used Kraken
immediately.
So he's not one to let the window expire.
Oh, I think that was
Zigox making some trouble right now. Tikkyy, tacky. Wlfy gets credit for that one. Here comes StacktimusPrime. Going to taunt 2 into the shield wall, but it's 2-on-1. Not much to make do of it, but there's the reason for Stacktimus's aggression. Here comes the dog, and FlyToSafety eats up Wlfy.
Really good play from Wlfy. He actually winds up getting all 3 hits of his ultimate off because of a perfect groggy strike from Zigox. And then, obviously, he's getting destroyed by this Fenrir. As soon as he falls out of the mouth, he puts the Constellation on the ground to not only cleanse himself from any further CC, but to cripple the Fenrir. It wasn't in time. The move has a small startup, but it was still a good play.
Exactly. You want to see those, just the showcase of ability.
Big time!
As I call it. There's 3 stuck in the root, and here comes the aggression. Not going to miss that one, says AngryDayQQ. Drops the Kraken underneath the opposition, but it's not enough to confirm, as Sleepy is good enough to keep Khumba kicking. Sanjo, on the other hand, he's going to deal the damage to put FlyToSafety, not too safely, into the dust.
That 100% was Sanjo. He walks in, puts a sentry ward down, clears the sentry while his own teammate comes in.
See ya! Sozage from a distance. Takes him out.
Dope.
Nobody saw that one coming.
That was just
No one saw that coming.
dope, man.
No one.
That was a good shot.
Man, we have seen in these past 2 games, I mean, somebody downloaded Sniper Elite last night, because whether it's Rapio or it's AngryDay or it's Sozage, we're just seeing shots from 80 miles away every time.
It's a good shot, man.
But, oh, man, so much fun. Love to see that. And the beauty of Ra, that ultimate is going to be up very soon. You're able to use that searing pain so often. Look at that. 15 seconds and we get another one.
Another one.
Another one. It's
See, look, 1 shot to 1 shot, throws out the Masterful, slows her inside the Constellation, but of course she heals most of it up, winds up being over in favor of Neith, as we're still kind of in the early game. Things will get a little bit harder. Oh, Sanjo, way
by
off
himself
the mark there. And then threw, was that an auto attack? Yeah, I thought he threw the Sacred Monkey. So just off the mark on the 2 there. Left side, Tikkyy gets taken down as Zigox rotates over, and the Athena ult gets burned as well.
Sanjo now behind enemy lines. Going to cross over into his own jungle. But first, try to look at the Furies. But a strong jump from FlyToSafety will confirm those. That said, the larger Fury, the Gold Fury, will be aggressed on by Team Astro. And Cloud Fiesta has no idea.
In fact,
they just don't know.
AngryDay walked over and cleared a sentry ward in the hotspot. They realize it now.
They didn't know. They're not even checking. And right there, that conversation is, guys, they got it. What's it? The Gold Fury. No idea that it was going on.
One still up. That one will go to Stacktimus. A 1-for-1 at the mids, of course, in favor of Astro, considering they also got the Gold Fury as well. Let's go to the graphs here, see how it's shaping up.
2,200 gold in the lead at the 10.5-minute mark, the way of Team Astro. They also lead in the kills as well, 4-2 blue team. The winners of game number 2, they've stretched it to a 3rd game in this set, and they're looking to win this one as well. Cloud Fiesta, on the other hand, FlyToSafety has really been the guy to look at. He's 1-1, but I've liked the plays that he's made, and he's made them in the right position. Sozage as well has proven that sometimes it's okay to take a mage into the solo lane.
Sanjo doesn't have a lot of mana here. In fact, looking at 142, it's 100 just to cast the ultimate, so he doesn't have anything left. Sozage has nothing to worry about.
That's one of the things when it comes to Hun Batz, very familiar to if you've played Bastet. You are seemingly always out of mana. So with the Hun Batz, obviously you're looking for the the CDR, but the mana on the Jotun's Wrath is very strong.
The worst is Kali. Because you're like, okay, I'm gonna jump in and then I'm just gonna ult. And you jump in, you're like, guys,
I don't have mana.
I have bad news here.
All of a sudden I need a Geb shield or a Kepri ult. But you're Kali. We'll talk about it later. Just give me a shield.
11 minutes in, getting closer to 12 as Team Astro not only has a 2-kill lead, but of course the Gold Fury. I mean, they have a pretty decent lead that they've crafted here.
Now we're gonna take a look very quickly. 4-2, as we said, the lead going the way of Astro, and you know, we'll reflect on some of these jungle initiations, because really what you're looking at when it comes to the junglers in this game is 2 very, very different mindsets. Hun Batz, fear no evil, wants to start a fight. He either wants to start a fight or end the party on his side. Whereas Fenrir is looking for these single-person ganks. But we've only seen one of them so far. Where can Fenrir really make a spot for himself? Where can he make himself more known?
I mean, I think the first issue here is that he went into Jotuns for damage when there's no way he's getting damage off. I mean, he has to be a frontliner, and dealing with things like Hunbotz's Fear No Evil and, you know, Janus getting unstable vortexes, he's going to need defense. I was expecting him to go into Hide the Urchin here. Now, since he has not done that, he has to make sure that this damage goes off, which means he has to play pure assassin. He can't play normal Fenrir. You know, the Fenrir that we've come to know and waste our ultimates with.
Fear No Evil dropped off the mark.
And the blink. and nothing burned for Tikkyy. I mean, he backflipped out of there. Also, a 5-man rotation to the left side.
Clown Fiesta are giving up a lot by putting 5 members of their team on the left side of the map. Bellona farming the right jungle. So Bellona's totally fine for Sozage to be here on the left side. Nothing has been gained because of this huge rotation. And meanwhile, as I said, Bellona just taking the jungle.
You know, for me, I think Sozage has kind of become, maybe not a broken leg, but he's definitely been rotating in these weird spots, forcing his team to lose experience, losing his jungle. I mean, the one snipe he got was incredible, but aside from that, I mean, even in the first game where they won, Aphrodite had very little to do with that win. Sozage has pigeonholed himself into these characters that don't seem to be bringing a lot to the table. He's not rotating anywhere near as fast, and you'll note that Bellona, even with rotation, didn't even feel the need to burn teleport.
Well, there's the blink onto 2 members of Astro as they get taunted into the wrong direction. Clown Fiesta able to clear up these mid camps because of it. Now, here for this game, honestly, with Sozage on the Ra, I think the rotations, they look like team calls, honestly, to me. It's not like we see Sozage out by himself just, where do I go? I'll go here. All 5 members were grouped up, so I think that was a team call. And he's not losing the lane just yet. I'm looking at Sozage on this Ra to make more of an impact. I'll agree with you that the Aphrodite was a little bit low impact, but already 14 minutes in, 10 minutes in, we saw an impact out of the Ra. So I think we'll continue to see more of this impact out of Ra. And honestly, if you're a fan of Clown Fiesta, you better hope that you see more of an impact out of this Ra.
I'm looking at Ra. I mean, it's not very high damage unless he lands the ult. I'm looking at Fenrir, who goes into damage, who has no sustainability in the fight. I'm looking at Poseidon, who, if it doesn't land an absolutely perfect Kraken, is not going to have a huge effect until Gem of Isolation's online. Athena's going pure defense, and Tikkyy has been pretty good, but he's 0-2 this game. For me, Clown Fiesta is trending downward in this game, and very quickly at that. I'll keep a positive disposition because of, and maybe it's just because I've watched AngryDay for so long. I know that he has the potential to really turn up. And you said if we see these perfect Krakens, I'll tell you right now, from experience of watching this player, we can see those perfect Krakens. So I think AngryDay, it's not done quite yet. Clown Fiesta down by about 3K, but a lot of weight is put on Sozage and AngryDay's shoulders right now. Still holding strong at about 2,400 gold is Team Astro over the Clowns. 2,600 experience puts them right about where they were about 3 minutes ago. Gold Fury is back up and their chance to extend their lead.
Sozage going to walk right past his own pigs. Looked like he knew he wasn't going to be able to.
I thought he was DC'd. He was just walking in a straight line.
You know what it was? Sozage tried to steal the pigs with the explosion.
Why didn't throw the beam?
And wasn't able to get it. Blink into Sozage, by the way. Surrounded is the Khumbakarna. And there's the hit out of Rapio to put the 5th kill on the board. Everybody's walking different directions thanks to the monkey. And Sanjo looking to get more aggressive onto StacktimusPrime. Wlfy with number 7 on the board for the team. Number 3 for himself. And Team Astro, after that, will convert into the Gold Fury.
All ultimates are down on the side of Team Astro. All ultimates up, strangely, for Clown Fiesta. Nothing from Fenrir, nothing from Sozage.
Happened too fast.
Looks like, no, they're not even going to try to Kraken this down.
No desire to walk into the enemy situation, and this is a much different game.
Oh, man, I got to talk about this. Ducky knows that the blue buff is up from the way that he chased the Ra before. He knows that the Ra is dead. He sees AngryDayQQ on the map because of the way he's killing the creeps. So he burns his teleport to invade the jungle and steal away the blue buff. God bless.
Love his build. Also, love the build.
Build is dope.
Gotta talk about it. Pestilence, not my favorite item. If you're against the Ra, starts to become my favorite item. Winged Wand, not my favorite item. If you're against the Ra, starts to become my favorite item.
Yeah, because now he has no CC and no healing.
Yep. Bellona knows exactly what he's up against, and because of that, 2-0-3 sits 2 levels pretty.
His early game meta wasn't great, but he's shifting, and it's beautiful. That is now, what, 85% healing reduction? All he needs now is a Frostbound Hammer, and it's bye-bye chicken.
We'll see if that's the direction Bellona wants to go in. Likely will be, as Wlfy returns to lane, thanks to Zigox, as he knocks all of the stacks that Wlfy could possibly want out of the way.
Double sentry here. As long as they get the Gold Fury, it's fine.
Just in case.
But about 5,000 gold in the lead here. You'll find Team Astro after winning a 3-for-0 fight plus gold. Clown Fiesta, again, trending downward. They had a really good first game, and then suddenly it's just been nothing. I don't know what's happening. And is it the God Pool from Sozage? Is it the rotations? Is it? It looks to me like AngryDayQQ is turning into Manny Pacquiao.
Really?
I mean, it's just he
He's
got
gonna get
knocked
dropped
down
by all
once.
Oh, okay.
He got knocked in the jaw once. He went unconscious, and now suddenly he's afraid to fight.
I thought you were going to say he mouthed off and now he's dropped by all his sponsors.
Oh, jeez.
In any event, Sozage.
Just do it, man.
It's interesting here because I didn't hate the Khumbakarna pick. I didn't hate the Ra pick. I do. So I didn't like the Aphrodite pick, but I don't mind the other two choices. I actually want to see Ra succeed here, and Scott Gandhi, I know you're watching. I know you want to see Ra succeed here as well. It's unconventional, but I don't hate it. But there is something. There's a reason that conventional choices are conventional, and you gotta, as much as I say you gotta innovate, you also gotta know the same.
Zigox burns his ult, looking for Neith in the backline, a little bit outside the range as Sanjo tries to keep Fenrir at bay. 4v4 over in the left side as it looks like Ra starts to rotate over, and I like the option from Bellona. She decides, never mind this, I'm going to go back to lane. My teleport's up in 30. You guys try to hold. I'm going to push this tower down.
Because this is a fight that nobody should take.
No, it's not a good fight.
This is fighting on the road. For me, there's no objective. You fight in in the left lane and you get a tier 1. Good for you. You get 500 gold. It's a non-objective.
And here's 500 gold.
Ducky stays in the lane and hey, gets 500 gold for not taking the fight. Love that play.
There's no risk.
Exactly. But Sozage going to come from behind. We'll see if he takes out Ducky, despite being a level behind. Where'd he go? Oh, he's up front. You heard? I heard him. I couldn't see him.
Ultimate coming over from Rapio. They're going to try to rush this down. AngryDayQQ in a lot of trouble, and Rapio will find him with the very tip of the unstable vortex.
Absolutely beautiful execution coming out from the blue team, Team Astro. They're going to bark down not the tower, but the players instead because they have the numbers advantage and they know it. Sanjo puts kill number 9 on the board. The team in total has only fallen twice, and a huge part of that was the old solo game, Brandon. Look who's here and look who's not.
Oh, Sozage is here. He's not going to do very much. Ducky gets to rotate back in. No ultimates available except for Khumbakarna. A wasted Ragnarok as Sozage doesn't find the target he was looking for the searing pain. Fenrir forced to jump away as Sozage will get burned down.
Yeah, Rapio's going to be on the good side of that exchange. And the lonely minion's going to be taken out by the tower, but Team Astro still pushing go. Zigox out of the fight, but it just doesn't matter. Rapio still pushing go. Finds himself with a double kill. Here comes AngryDay. He smells it. Can he get there fast enough?
Nope. No. Whirlpool's down. Rotating back in.
Oh, find it. There's the ultimate onto the mid lane, and Rapio gets the unofficial triple with the unstable vortex.
He wasn't close enough to get the brutalize. He was forced to jump away. And now FlyToSafety has to watch as multiple members back.
Huge part of that play. We dissected the solo lane non-rotation, right? Ducky doesn't rotate the first time, and Ra has to walk all the way there because he's got no teleport. Ra walks all the way back, and as soon as it's confirmed that Ra's on the right side, see you later. And Ducky teleports left lane. They've got a numbers advantage, 5v4. You're right, Sozage does show up. $1 short and a minute late. Tier 2 tower's defended, but Tier 1's already gone.
Plus, arguably the best ultimate in the game, especially for initiation. He just jumps in and says, hey guys, see you later.
It's the siege ability, for sure. I mean, it gives you 50 protections in that circle.
Rapio's ultimate is down for a few more seconds here. Everyone else on the blue team has it up, and it looks like the Wlfy has respawned. This is a perfect opportunity. Fenrir jumps in, doesn't find anything. No cooldown reduction there as Ducky actually gets engaged on. This is a good fight. Yeah,
positioning started and finished by Team Astro. They're going to bring the Wlfy down to about 75% HP before the Clowns can even move into position. 50% on the Wlfy, and Clowns, they want nothing to do with it. A strong Whirlpool is dropped, but it's just not enough. Wlfy has fallen. Team Astro sit almost 10,000 gold above the Clown Fiesta. And now FlyToSafety trying to start the party themselves. Sozage takes out one. Fear No Evil's going to spread the enemy, but first Sozage falls to Rapio. AngryDay's going to have to find the way on the right-hand side to find himself safe. Sanjo going to find himself on the left side, but FlyToSafety will have to jump.
And they're going to rotate over towards the right side. Good taunt from Athena to try to counter Unravel to do some damage, but no follow-up, nothing on the kill, and Tikkyy does not have the Worldweaver to chase this one down.
Wlfy's going to start clearing the jungle, but realizes that's probably not the correct decision. And after the objective is taken, 2 members are traded on both sides. We're looking at a 10-kill lead, an 8,800 gold lead, a 12,500 experience lead, and Astro looking to take this game 3 to the bank.
What is this Chiron build? I love this. He goes Transcendence, boots Aussie, chin size, right into a mace, likely going to be a, I would guess Titan's Bane, but yeah. Oh man, I would love it if it was Jotun's.
So Jotun's Hunter is very real, and it's something that I absolutely love. Neith, Chiron, on her. These are characters. Season 3, it's harder to come by penetration. Guess what Jotun's has? No longer 11, we've nerfed it. It's 10 penetration. It's still 10 penetration.
Thank God. Sozage rotating over a good line ult to try to go for the steal. Actually burns his beads a little bit early. They're going to take this fight. Sozage to fall.
Not yet. Sozage going to walk away. He's going to be put in the air and put in the ground. Wlfy on the top of that one. 3 members of Clown Fiesta still in the area, but Astro making sure that they know that they are not welcome.
Tikkyy is getting bodied in the mid lane. Ducky able to rush this down. Kraken going to be used. Was that? No, it wasn't Aegis, but they used a lot there. He's going to go right for AngryDay. Gets the kill. Zigox credited with another for this set.
Aggression coming down the mid lane. All sights have been turned from Fire Giant to the tier 1 here, or tier 2 rather, excuse me, in the mid lane. Zigox, tank it. That's what Wlfy's saying. Just tank it for me, Zigox.
I think it might be a little bit dangerous. No one has ultimates, however, except for the Worldweaver's up for Tikkyy. Nice use of Unravel there to keep herself healed.
There's
FlyToSafety taking damage. Sozage got his ultimate back.
And there's the ult out of the Fear No Evil Monkey. Athena will find herself safe and sound, but the tower will have a much different fate. Look at this player damage out of both Chiron and Janus.
Yeah, 14,317 to 14,411, within 100 damage of each other. I mean, and both of them have had incredible control.
Yeah. I mean, the Chiron, as I said, just been on top. Lightning.
Let's check out player healing here. Remember, this chart will reflect the player healing that he has done to himself. Ra at 9,200. I would assume about 70 to 80% of that is his own healing. Yeah. So let's put him somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2K right now.
Sure. Ra has been... see, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Brandon. I wouldn't say that Ra has been a non-factor. I don't think he's been the character that he needs to be to take this one home for his team, but Ra has impacted this game positively.
Okay. Do you think it would be better or worse if he was a proper warrior? If he was Vamana, for instance?
If he was a warrior with the same amount of...
Look at that. Oh, my God. I'm so angry. I mean, he was going to lose one.
Yep.
But the second one, oh, that Ducky. Great disarm. That was awesome.
Super play. But going back to what we were asking, if I saw a warrior with the same amount of misses and etc., I honestly think we'd be net 0. I think we'd be dead even. Because Sozage has been able to execute, I'd say, 50% of what he wants to do. If he's on a warrior doing 50% of what he wants to do, I think we see the same result, 2-4-0.
Zigox trying to hold 3 out as the Fire Giant not only gets started, but gets whittled down. They reset, and they're going to take the fight. Fenrir out of position here, fighting inside, forced to Ragnarok and Aegis pretty early. I don't know about that.
I know about that one, though. Wlfy, from a distance, takes out the enemy with the ultimate. Ducky in some trouble, looking for Sozage is the entirety of Team Astro.
Got him!
There's the triple stun. There's the Kraken. Ducky looking for the bludgeon on 2, Zigox and Sanjo and Wlfy looking for Sozage.
This guy, Zygox's groggy strikes are the best groggy strikes I have ever seen. Like, I'm not even being, like, dramatic here. Every single time he goes for this ability and hits someone, it results in that!
Rapio, unstoppable. 7 kills without a death.
So when you're Geb, it's like, okay, I can roll out for slow, I'm going to take it. I'm going to use my shockwave when it's up, and I'm going to Geb shield people when they're low. Right? That's how most supports are. My ability's up, I'm going to use it. Yep. Zigox does not use his groggy strike unless he knows it's going to root someone and either force an ability, force an active, or lock them down. He never just throws it out, and it's so far worked out so beautifully that he's found himself 1-1-14, a part of, actually, can we forget that. Let's go back to... Everybody has been a part of 14 kills on this team except for Chiron, who's been a part of 13.
Wow.
That is insane participation from this team.
That's absolutely insane. 4 kills have been missing from everybody. And
actually, he's 15 of 18.
That's out of this world.
That's really impressive. I mean, teamwork is the #1 skill in Smite. Guaranteed. It's the ability to run combos, rotate properly, hit your abilities with the idea that your teammates are also looking to hit abilities, and the way that you can help dodge and mitigate damage. So far, Zigox has been perfect on that, but Team Astro, you can see, the numbers don't lie.
And that's exactly what they're going to look to do, is push those numbers up even higher. Gold's Fury now started by the blue team and finished by the blue team. I'm going to say that well in advance because Clown Fiesta is everywhere but here. Gold Fury goes the way of Team Astro, and that'll put them 15,000 gold in the lead. And I feel like if you went up and got a drink at 22 minutes and came back right now, first of all, that's a really big drink. Second of all, where did this game go?
I mean, it's objective. They've won every Gold Fury so far, 4-0. They have the only Fire Giant. All the Tier 2s are down, and they've lost 2 Tier 1s. It's 1,000 gold worth of objectives for, like, what? 6,000 gold from the towers, 3,000 or 6,000 gold, right? Close to it from the Gold Furies. Fire Giants giving you 750. Wow. Got a lot, man.
21-12 slash lines for our solos, for our junglers. Team Astro really just, how did they lose this game? I mean, they really cannot lose this game unless they have to make multiple mistakes.
It's no longer in the hands of Clown Fiesta to make good plays. Astro must make numerous and gigantic mistakes to be able to be shut down. And a lot of that is going to be difficult when you have a move like Fear No Evil. If Clown Fiesta had the Fear No Evil, I think the turnaround would be easier. But Fenrir is one of the worst characters in the game from behind. He just
doesn't affect the. And I wish my hand motion could be seen here. The team fight in general. And right now the team fight has started, and already Rapio taking out Sozage before the fight even begins. And because of that, right-hand Phoenix isn't even the focal point. It's about the players. Astro looking for the kills, take out the Firebird, move directly to mid lane. As soon as it's up, it's dead.
They got to taunt Kraken here. The Kraken's got to be burned. They're allowing them to walk back in. StacktimusPrime gets taken down. Wlfy trying to, or rather Tikkyy trying to do some damage here as FlyToSafety falls. AngryDay will join him. All 5 members still available for Team Astro. The Clowns find themselves with a sad day here as they go down in a pretty dramatic fashion. Astro walks into the base almost uncontested and lays down the law.
Nice Aegis there at the or nice Sanctuary at the end by the Neith, but unfortunately the Clowns come up crusty, and Astro will be walking on to face the challengers.
You made a Simpsons joke. That's pretty good.
Simpsons did it.
I did Millhouse last week.
I mean, that's not even a joke at this point. Everything's coming up Millhouse is like a very part of my sort of vernacular. Also, not for nothing, it's the anniversary of Homer at the Bat, which is one of the most pinnacle moments in Simpsons history. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But speaking of where the Simpsons started, let's take a look at where this game started. First blood going the way of, well, no surprise here, Team Astro.
Ducky's going to rotate in here and just watch the beauty. Finds AngryDayQQ in a bad spot, forces his beads. He's not only going to stop the World Weaver by throwing it in the Zigox, but he continues to move forward, and then easy peasy.
One of the big differences here in game number 3 as opposed to the other 2 ones is, 1, it didn't happen in the duo lane, but 2, it happened much later. And I think that has to do with how the players sort of adjusted as the series went on.
Let's take a look at how Rapio played this once again. The Janus, seemingly the winner of the game, no matter whose team he's on. Another great game by this player. Just beautiful shots. Unstable Vortex, however, not one of them there.
Which is a lot of fun because a lot of times Janus gets... Well, Janus is usually in a lot of conversation about Janus wins the game because of his ability to portal or whatnot, but that's not what was on today. Janus won all of these games just due to his abilities, right? It came by way of damage, like that.
Finds a Spirit Gun. Sozage getting taken down, then hitting 3 people with the Unstable Vortex, getting that sprint activated and running back in immediately. This goes to the back line.
Love it.
They're just focusing Sozage down. Like, if you're going to pick this healer with no escape, we're going to rush you down to make sure that you earned it.
Exactly, and I think I want to reassess my...
Oh, man.
I think I want to reassess the question you asked me before, Brandon. If Sozage had any other warrior besides Ra, do I think that this game would have been different? And the output, I think, would have only been different because the amount of attention dealt to him would have been significantly
well, I mean,
less.
that's what you do. You pick characters with positives and, and negatives. And the negative of Ra is if you're out of position in any way, shape, or form, you die.
And even when he's in position, Rapio used a portal to get behind. I mean, Sozage was as safe as he could be. He's by the exit to mid lane, and Rapio's able to find him thanks to a crafty portal. So.
Speaking of exits, let's take a look at the bracket, and you're going to see a pretty good exit for Team Astro as they find themselves trying for the relegation.
Yeah, Astro is going to join the likes of Badinger and the Leftovers, and as I said, they will challenge the challengers. They're going to move on to phase 2 of 3, where we have our open bracket victors face off against the Challenger Cup teams, which have put in work during last fall, and of course, the victors of that will go on to face the bottom of the SPL to see who actually gets that spot.
A very highly coveted spot.
Oh, yes.
Which is very important. Congratulations to Team Astro. Tomorrow, we'll be back again at 1 p.m. Eastern for the continuation and culmination of the open bracket in North America.
Yep, that'll be the end of phase number 1. But as today was started at 1 p.m. as well, you'll be able to catch us twitch.tv/smightgame 1 p.m. for the conclusion to North America's open bracket. So before we move on, thanks to everybody. Thanks to Brandon, Hinduman, Adonis, the people behind the scenes, the people in front of the scenes, and of course, you. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. See you then.